I was exactly in your position a year ago. I was doing my research about which country to go to for my masters, and I thought the best option for me was the UK. English speaking country, great institutions, 2-year post-study work visa. It made a lot of sense. It actually seemed like the best option. But after seeing the situation there, really doing in-depth research, speaking with students, speaking with employers, I chose not to go to the UK and come to Paris instead. Let me tell you why. Also, if you haven't already, do subscribe to my channel. I talk about masters abroad, GMAT, basically everything you need to know to make the right decision about studying abroad. The first and the most important thing is the job market. Listen to this statistic very, very carefully. Only 7% of all international students in the UK are able to find a job after graduation. This is absolutely crazy. Only 7% of international graduates find a job. Every other day I see posts like this. This person went to LBS, probably one of the best business schools in the world, London Business School. It's known everywhere, and it still hasn't helped him find a job. It's honestly really sad. He's spent 40-50 lakhs. He's probably taken a loan, and now if he can't find a job in the UK, he has to pay it back with an Indian salary. And it's not just him. There are honestly so many people from the best institutions who are struggling. And I think I know the reason why. So a few years ago, the UK launched the PSW. The PSW is a 2-year post-study work visa, which allows international students to stay back in the UK for 2 years after graduation to look for a job. Because of this change, literally millions of kids came to the UK. Most of them thought, I have 2 years, it doesn't matter what skills I have, what qualifications I have, what university I'm going to. I have 2 years, I'll get a job. And let me tell you, everyone who came is exactly the same candidate. All of them finished their undergraduate degree in India, probably have no work experience or max 1 year or 2 years max of work experience. Most of them are freshers and are targeting entry-level roles. But if you actually do some research, you will realize that the UK is not a place for entry-level roles. The economy is still recovering from COVID, it's still recovering from Brexit. Most MNCs who have offices in the UK don't really hire for entry-level roles in the UK. Most entry-level operation roles are in countries like India. So you've basically left a country where companies actually hire for entry-level roles, and you've come to a country where there are hardly any entry-level jobs available. Also, please understand, if you're talking to any agents, their job is to get you into a university. They do not care what happens to you after. So they will try to convince you. Creators, study abroad creators, influencers, they will try to convince you that the UK is a great place with a lot of opportunity. But please don't listen to anyone. Do your own research. And if you can't do your own research, then watch my videos. I'll do all the research for you. Another important point, master's quality in the UK is not something spectacular. You have classes 2 or 3 days a week. The teachers don't care, the students don't care. They're basically a cash cow for these universities. So you don't really add much to your skill set at all. All you get is that universities tag on your resume, but as you can see from the earlier example, it doesn't help as much as you think. Now I know I've scared you guys a lot, and I still think that the UK is not the best place for your masters unless, and this is something I've realized speaking with people who've actually found a job in the UK, and all of them had a few things different which helped them find a job. The UK is a place for professional roles. If you're a doctor, if you're a lawyer, then the UK is a great place. But even if you're doing something like finance, for example, the only way you have a fighting chance to get a job in the UK is this. Number 1, get a degree in India, preferably from one of the best institutions. Number 2, get good work experience in India, at least for a few years. So if you're targeting finance, maybe work for a few years in a big bank. Preferably you've also been promoted and you've reached a stage where you manage other people. Step 3, get a professional certification in your field. If that's finance, that could be ACCA. If that's project management, that could be PMP. Only if you're ready to do a managerial position or at least an associate role after you graduate from your masters in the UK, will you have a good chance to get a job. If you don't have this profile and can't get this profile, then please don't go to the UK. Be like me and come to France instead. My next video is going to be the best alternatives to the UK for your masters. So do subscribe to my channel to not miss that video. It'll be a win-win for the both of us.